G'day everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. We're joined by Toby and Trent to analyse their runners for the weekend. Of course, a big Saturday at the Sunshine Coast. They've got their Winks Guineas Day there. It's also the Glass House will be raced on the same card. And of course, at home on our Gold Coast track, we've got a Saturday meeting with a couple of runners engaged at both. Toby and Trent, guys, welcome. I'm coming to you from Bulladella in just north of Newcastle, guys, on my way back from Sydney. I was down there for the yearling sales. I suppose we went down there, guys, to try and buy Vanna Girl's half-sister, but in the end of the day, we sort of left her alone. She didn't tick all the boxes for us. But, guys, we are coming home. I am coming home with an I'm Invincible filly out of Redeeming Lass. So it's going to be a nice little combo, guys, because you guys have had so much luck with Vinny through Hootson and the like. And this girl's mother, well, I've had a lot of luck with her half-sister called Sweet Redemption, who raced around in the Round Table Racing colours for a $600,000, $800,000 odd. So, guys, it hasn't been a totally lost trip. Don't worry.
Oh, very good.
Sounds good. Happy to have a nice I'm Invincible filly in the stable, I can tell you.
Yeah, half to a group winner, and she's a good sort, guys, good sort. So she's just on lease for all the people watching. She's only on lease, right? So what happens here is we'll take her on lease. The owners that we put into her will pay all the training costs. You keep all the prize money, and then she'll then go back to her owners to breed from later on. So if you're interested in leasing this filly with us, please get on to either Toby or Trent, and we'll send you all the information. Quick shout out, guys, too, to everyone in Melbourne. We've got a lot of Melbourne-based owners. Plenty happening down there. Obviously, a spike with the COVID. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Thankfully, racing continues, and hopefully Toby and Trent can tip us into some winners to get everyone's spirits up down there. All right, Toby, let's kick off. Sunshine Coast, Saturday. It's a heavy a nine-race card. We've got two acceptors across two races, kicking off in race 4, the benchmark 80 over 1,400 metres. We've got Potro Duro for the Archer Park team. Been in terrific form, this gelding. Won his last 3 from 1,200 to 1,400 metres. Really likes the distance. I suppose the only question mark might be the real heavy track.
Yeah, look, we're not quite sure. Well, his form suggests he can't handle it, but we're probably going to have to wait today and see what comes of the weather today. They've had a lot of rain up there, I believe, in the vicinity of 60 millimetres, maybe a bit more. So that track's going to be quite affected. It's a 9 at the moment. Probably won't get back too much better than that if they don't get a bright day today. So.
If they get any more, they might be off, eh?
Well, I think they'll race, but they'll race. They'll run that meeting. They'll try to run that meeting as long as it's safe enough to run. You know, even if it's a heavy 20, you know, if it's safe, they'll run it.
So he definitely doesn't go on a wet track. This horse just doesn't.
No, it doesn't look that way. So we could be waiting. But the horse is in great order and in good form. Trial was beautiful. A good trial the other day. He's worked in between races last Saturday with Vanderpur, who ran in the Ramornie on Wednesday, was pretty good. So he's ready to go again. Whether wet track's going to suit or not, that's the issue.
I've had a few people ask me why I think it's like 7 weeks between runs. He did have a minor temperature, and we just really nursed him along. He's in great form. We didn't want to try and hustle him too quick to get back to the races. We just wanted to make sure he was okay, and that he is now. So that's why the big break between runs.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, he's an equal favourite there, so if he does run, I'm sure he'll give a good account of himself. The 2 kilo claim with Mr. Huxtable aboard, who's riding, and he's a really fine apprentice coming through the ranks. And of course, Potro Duro carries those Archer Park colours, which will carry to success midweek with She's a Boss. All right, race 7, the Group 3 Winks Guineas over a mile. Trent, Yulong sent us Mayosi to win hopefully to win a metro race, and she did that. I tell you what, if she went home as a black type placed filly, they would be absolutely delighted. Can she do it? Can she run top 3 in the Winks Guineas?
I don't see why not. I think it's a winnable race, to be honest with you. These same sort of horses go around every week. For one reason or another, she has never drawn a gate from memory since she's been here. Happened last start, happens again tomorrow. So hopefully up to the mile, blinkers off, just to allow her to run it. More than likely, we won't drag her right back out of the action. Just try and find some cover midfield. The beauty about the mile is it's such a big long run to the first turn, and if a bit of tempo goes into it, they can sort of bust up a bit, and horses from wide gates can find an alley. So, look, this filly's going super. She's obviously a really sharp track worker. She was Vanna Girl's track work partner for the latter part of her preparation. So she can really gallop. Last start was just a bit of a forget. I know it was on a heavy, but she sort of got back and out of contention, and front runners had a softer time in front type of thing. I don't see why she can't win the race, to be honest with you. She's stepping up to the mile for the first time, maybe a concern, but put a good bit of work into her, taking the blinkers off. I don't think she needs them, especially going to that journey, and she's going super. So, she's as good a chance as any in that race, I feel.
No, very good. I suppose, I suppose the thing with her is from that barrier, just hope that she gets a little bit of tempo on, because otherwise she can sort of want to sort of go keenly. Robbie Frad wouldn't be keen to sort of bounce her out and rev her up, would he? He'd just be sort of bouncing her out and trying to comfortably slot into a position somewhere without trying to touch her mouth too much.
Absolutely, yeah.
No blinkers on tomorrow, so that might help.
Very good, very good. All right, Gold Coast Saturday, guys. It was a soft 5 when I did the notes here, but I believe you've had a bit more rain. It's a bit heavier than that.
Oh yeah,
stack of rain overnight. 30 mil.
She'll be bottomless.
All right. Chance of most likely race, though, you'd say?
If any more rain, I would honestly say probably not, to be fair. That'd be about right there.
Yeah, look, they'll race if we get some sort of clear weather today, and they need a pretty heavy downpour overnight to call it off, I think. But it's not going to be. It's going to be heavy anyway. It's going to be quite heavy.
Very good. Okay, well, let's look at these horses anyway, just in case. Race 1, Class 1, 1,800 metres, fast dealer, Toby. He was huge last time out. Second up over 1,800 metres. He got caught wide. It was a heavy track. I thought he was really game in defeat, and he sort of meets the same conditions here. Ant Allen goes on again. You'd think he'd have winning claims with the better run in transit.
Yeah, as long as he can handle the track, he's going to be right in the race. He's trained on nicely, in good form. As you mentioned, that run the other day was super effort off a wide run, and never left him alone, to be truthful. And he was game enough to still get to the front about the 150 metre mark. Then his run just gave in a bit. So he's come on since then. He was only second up at the 1,800 the other day. So third up today, 1,800, same distance. Wet track's a little bit of a concern, but he's fit and ready to go. Should run well.
I don't have any concerns with the track, so I reckon he'll lap it up.
Lap the track up?
I reckon he will. He won his maiden on a fairly soft track, and I just think the horse looks outstanding. So he's ready to go third up, that's for sure.
Oh, good push there, Trent. Good push there for Fast Dealer in the first at the Gold Coast. Brilliant. Mate, sticking with you, race 6 is a Class 3 plate over 900 metres. We've got 2 runners accepted here. Decisive Heart drawn 10, Bafana drawn 11. Both in different stages of their preparations, and both drawn extremely wide here, which maybe won't matter by the time race 6 rolls around at the Gold Coast. But Decisive Heart, mate, she's been in good form. I thought she was terrific last time out, same track distance in a Class 3. Bafana showed ability last preparation. She's back here first up off one trial for the 2K Thoroughbreds team.
Yeah, so we're still sort of umming and ahhing as to whether we go around with them, to be fair. Bafana's a filly that doesn't take a great deal of work, and she's only small and slight. She's got good ability, but whether it would be in her best interest to run on an absolute bog first up, I think that could just really smash her about a bit, and we may wait, especially from a wide barrier. Decisive Heart. Interesting to hear Robbie's opinion. I think it was after her second to last start at Doomben, when it was a soft track. He said, his exact words to me, I think, were that the track was a lot heavier than the rating, and he felt that she wasn't at her best and wasn't at her most comfortable on it. So probably a decision to be made, but we may end up with only the one runner there tomorrow at the Gold Coast, depending on what the weather does today.
Fair enough too. All right, guys. Well, it's that winter time. There's not a ton happening, but this weekend anyway. But there's a few yearlings rolling through. The cutest yearlings are rolling through. Tobe, have you run your eye over them?
Yeah, they look great. They're well broken in, well educated so far. They've had nearly a week in the stable now, or coming on Monday. But yeah, they look good. All move nicely. Quite happy with all of them, to be truthful.
The guys have done a fantastic job. They've come in absolutely bomb-proof, so I must give them a good rap. They've done a brilliant job, Greg Bennett and the team there. And, while we've got a quiet weekend, I guess, we've got a couple of nice ones resuming next week, and we're probably looking forward to next couple of days.
Yeah, for sure, guys, for sure. Thanks for your time. Yeah, really looking forward to Tayella and Astro Boy Toy midweek next week. Touchwood, they draw some nice barriers. Good luck to all our owners who have runners over the weekend. Hope you have a great time, and we'll be back in touch on Monday with the review show. Thanks very much.
Cheers, Brucey. Have a good one.